All right, guys. Okay. Uh, Sorry, technical difficulties. We've been going for the last 7 minutes. I thought we were live, and oh well. Sorry, guys. Okay, so we're going to go through this quickly. We've got things going on, and we're up against Very Gary. As you all know, I am the hairy old fat guy, HOFG Comics. Again, this guy is.
Real Route 6
Yeah, there we go. There
comics.
we go. Sorry. If we just went through our whole spiel of everything we're going to do and talk about, and it's like, shit, we weren't even live. Oh man, this is getting bad. This is getting bad, Robert. This is getting bad. Anyway, so we are BLCc. We're based out of Reno, Nevada. This is our little store we got. It's called Comic Kingdom. Good place to be if you're in Reno. All right. Don't forget to do all this stuff, the like, comment, and share, and subscribe, and all that stuff. Because hey, we all need help. We all want help, and that's the way it is. So we're gonna get into what books we're gonna do. Our time restraint today is a little on the short side, so let's get it off. Rudy, let's do this again. What's that
All right,
first book?
well, we got Batman 108. you know,
Yeah,
it's the first appearance of Miracle Molly, first full appearance of Miracle Molly, and she's also going to be on the A cover and the B cover. So for all you like people that are following the Batman run, this is going to be a big book, I believe. You know,
yeah,
when we had the first appearance of Punchline, I wasn't even into comics yet. It was during the beginning of the pandemic, so not a lot of people got a chance to get these books. But this is, her first cover appearance was not on her first appearance book, but Miracle Molly's will be. So it'll be an awesome book, to get. Make sure you get both of those covers if you can.
right.
The read is awesome. The story is great. James Tinian. Jorge Jimenez in the art.
Yeah, they
Can't
did think
It doesn't get any better than that.
right. Okay, this next one here. This is a
We
good one.
got Noctera. Noctera number 3
Yeah,
by Scott Snyder, one of my favorite writers. He writes one of my favorite runs, death metal, and he touches home with this run. He in the first book we get a little explanation on why he decided to write a book like this, and as a little kid, I'm sure everybody was afraid of the dark. So
right.
it's a good book. If you have a little bit of imagination, it's a pretty awesome read.
Cool.
Great art,
Yeah,
amazing art.
yeah. I read issue 1. I haven't got to 2 yet, but yeah.
I have number 2, and I'm guilty too. I have not read it either.
I read it. Okay, and let's see your third book here, my friend.
Here we go. This is personally my first jumping on point into the Star Wars universe. I jumped down to it a little bit on what is this new one that's going on right now? The beginning of Star Wars,
The Old Republic.
the Old Republic or the High Republic.
Republic, right?
It was a little overwhelming, having to jump into another universe. But I think this one's going to be more fun. You're going to have all the Star Wars books right now tie into it. It's going to be an event. I know people don't like events, but to my experience, any event, if you really like the characters, you'll read the tie-ins. It'll be a great read. It'll be a great time. And to me, it'll be my introduction to all the characters. We're going to have Han Solo, Chewbacca, Dr. Aphra, Darth Vader. They're all going to be tied into it. So I'm looking forward to this book. I hope it's good. And this cover is the director's cut cover.
Cool.
So it'll be a couple dollars extra, but it's a sweet cover. You got Boba Fett in the black outfit,
Right. Okay. Let's see, and we're going to go with mine here. Where is it? There it is. Heroes Reborn, number 1. Okay, this basically is taking place on an alternate Earth. They're not saying which Earth it is, but there's no Avengers, no Fantastic Four, no known heroes that we have in our Marvel universe, and it deals with a group of heroes that, well, they're just doing their hero stuff. All new heroes. We might get some that we know, but slightly different. So it'll be interesting to see. One of my picks again is the A cover to the Batman 108 coming up with first Miracle Molly. Touched on this a little bit behind behind the scenes that she is not a villain. Apparently, she's going to be more of an anti-hero,
Yeah.
good guy, but could be bad, sort of along the lines of maybe a little bit like a Catwoman type person. You know, goes both ways. So it'll be interesting to see what they
A
do with
little bit of a BLCc little insight.
it. Really? Okay, and my my last one here is the Amazing Spider-Man 65. It's been a fairly good read. Wasn't too impressed with Spider-Man's new suit, but other than that, it's a good read. J. Jonah, not J. Jonah Jameson, Robbie Robinson's son. He's got a nice little story arc going there, hooking up with a character called the Beetle. We've got the Kingpin going after Spider-Man, and actually going after oh, brain fart, can't remember the other guy. Anyway, so I am looking forward to it, even though I can't seem to describe the book.
Well, it is one of the books you started getting back into reading with. So,
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah,
I heard it's getting better. I heard the books are getting better by you and by a couple other people.
yeah.
You know,
Once I got over the initial shock of that horrible costume,
yeah. That's
realized,
right.
okay, yeah, this is actually not that bad of a story. Okay, so like I said, we got one old person in here. Hey, thank you for coming in. I'm going to
That's
assume. Nah,
that's
that's Chuck.
Chuck's. That's Lord
There you go,
Chuck's.
Chuck. Yo, brothers. Yeah, how you doing, Chuck? How you doing? Good to see you, my man. Thanks for coming in. All right, and so we're going to do, like I said, we're going to do a quick show today due to the fact that hey, life happens to us, and also we've got an auction going on. Very Gary. So, so we're going to let Rudy do his review real quick, and let me highlight that guy, and then we'll get me done and get everybody to that auction. All right, Rudy, it's all yours, my man.
So I'll be fast. I read Parallel.
Yeah, see that on
By
Spine.
Jason Douglas.
She's been talking about that on Spine Tips.
Yeah, Spinetix had this guy on.
Actually, yeah, he was. We were on saw the show. It was a good show.
It was a really good show. The guy, he was a pretty cool guy. You know, I went ahead and ordered his book. Give it a look. It's by Source Point Press. It's an independent book. Spinetix is big on independence. I'm big on independence. I didn't really know what I was getting myself into, but I was surprised. It's a good story. How can I explain it without spoiling it all? You got the life of a guy. You get carried away a lot of times. You lose yourself. You try to be part of the society. You comply with everything. As a father, a husband, anything you could possibly be. This guy is actually not a father, but you can compare it to a lot of people, and it's a really good story. It's more of a how can I say, like a point of view of outside the box. Everybody's so full of busy with social media, everyone's so full of acting a certain way, because of social media and a lot of other reasons. You have to kind of put an armor and put a face and then act, to go through with it. And it's not what it's about, but it's what I got from it. It's the story of a guy. He he's married. He wanted to be a musician. He wanted to be he has dreams of becoming it. So that he gets the opportunity to see an aspect of what he could have been like. It's a fun story. It's a great story. James Douglas. The first time I read one of his books, I highly recommend it. You don't have to compare yourself to this book, or you don't have to relate to this book. It's just a good, well written story. I really like it.
There's nothing. So, yeah. How's the artwork in it?
It's just a regular book. It's like I say, it's just a story wise. It's not bad work. You get some shitty you get some bad independence with really bad art. I don't know if they're trying to, they couldn't afford the artist or what. But this is good, solid art. It's not fancy. It goes with the story. It's
in black and white, so
it is in black and white. I didn't even think about that. I mean, it's obviously black and white, but it doesn't bother it at all. You know,
No, if the
it
story
makes your mind think. It makes you think. It makes you think. You know.
cool, cool. All right, sounds good. I saw them on. I was in the chat that night that he was on Spine Text. So I'll get back in there. I'll try to find it. Try to order it. All right. So my book, real quick, is going to be Beta Ray Bill #2. I was highly impressed with this one. This was a pretty good book. Let me take this picture off of here. Why is this not doing this? There we go. All right. Let me highlight this guy. All right. So, like I said, Beta Ray Bill #2.
That's Jonathan's wife.
Ah,
She's on the stream.
hey, Rosita. How you doing?
And we got Sith Lordly in the house too.
Oh, my goodness. What is up there, Mr. Lordley? Welcome. Welcome.
Yes, sir.
Glad you could make time to come over here. All right. Let's get this comment thing off of here. All right. So, anyway, this picks up pretty much after the King in Black storyline. This is issue 2. Beta Ray Bill and Thor apparently had a big slight bit of a falling out. And Thor ended up destroying Beta Ray Bill's hammer, Stormbreaker. Well, he is now on a quest to find Odin to redo his enchantment on his hammer because he wanted to get busy with Sith, and couldn't revert back to his humanoid form, so it sort of made it a little difficult. So yeah, it sort of pissed him off and all that, and he decides he's going to track down Odin, who disappeared again after the current story arc for Thor, the Donald Blake storyline. Well, anyway, so he's track down where Odin may be, and he comes across somebody who's supposed to be dead, and that would be Scourge. Apparently, the ladies in Valhalla led him out to help Beta Ray Bill find whatever he needs to find, which is Odin to create another hammer and create another enchantment. So they're joined by Pip the Troll, and they just go into a bar, on some distant planet. You get into a couple of fist fights, a couple of good fights, and then Odin comes walking out with a big old keg of beer sitting on his shoulder. Like, yeah, they let me in here just to have fun. They'd let me brew my own beer. Anyway, so the conversation goes about how he wants to get the enchantment back, to turn back into humanoid form, and Odin says, "No, I can't do that anymore. I don't have that power. I can't do that." So he goes on, and Odin did tell him where he can get something of power. Surtar's sword, his blade. And yep, there you go. hey, Rude. There you go, Rude. But in order to get Surtar's sword, he has to go down to, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce where he's from. So down to Surtar's demon level, and that's where they ended at. They're just about ready to battle. Actually, Surtar's daughter is the person they're going to be battling at the end. And as they go into this hell dimension, something goes wrong with Beta Ray Bill's ship, Scuttlebutt. And the last panel we see is Scuttlebutt has been turned into like an android type humanoid person, and stating that, well, I am Scuttlebutt, and that's where they leave us. But anyway, it was an interesting, good story. I'm really looking forward to this. And hey, it was a heck of a story. I was really impressed with it. Well, it's nice to see everybody in here. We got Sith Lord Lee, as always. Not as always, but as always, supporting everybody, and we do appreciate it immensely, Sith. Really, really do. And we got Chuck. Chuck, you are more than welcome to come on the show anytime you want, my man. Uh,
I want to give
so,
a little shout out here.
yeah.
It wasn't Chuck's wife that was on; it was his son on his mom's phone. Now, I want to give a shout out to that little guy. I remember a long time ago, the first
Oh,
time
yeah.
Jonathan took him to the comic book store. As soon as we got in the car, the first thing he did was read the book, and he
Right.
knows a lot of the characters. Is really surprising, and that little guy is going to be a comic collector, guaranteed.
Good, good. Could always use more comic collectors. Could
Yeah,
always use more.
it's rare to find. My son just the other day, I have a little collection for him. The other day, he asked me to buy him a box to put his comics in there. So I mean,
There you go.
that was a good moment for me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's hey, I've got a yeah. It's kids to get into comics nowadays. It's so cool, because everything is these things here. They just
Yeah,
like this, like get them,
yeah,
to a book, get them reading, get them looking. I mean, it's people sometimes say comic books. Well, they're just this and that and all that. It's like no, it's storytelling and it's art. I mean, it's just a combination of both. They're just originally the funny books, but
yeah. Some of them are still pretty funny too.
uh, uh, from the '60s and '50s and all that. But comics nowadays are not those. It's intricate stories, character development, artwork is just tremendous.
Yeah,
I will give a big shout out that they're much easier to read now than they were, say, in the '70s and '80s when everything was all exposition. It was word bubble after word bubble, just paragraph after paragraph. Now, sometimes you'll get a page where you don't even have. You have maybe what 2, 3 words.
yeah,
I mean,
that's
we've
true.
got in this 2-page spread, I've got 2 word bubbles, 2 word bubbles in this entire page, entire spread.
Yeah, the art's getting
The art
phenomenal. I
tells
mean,
you exactly what's
some of
going
the art that that's on today's comic books it's
on.
good. It's amazing.
Yeah, it
It's out
really
there.
is. It's far more than what I could ever do. So
It's true
I'm in
that.
awe of the artists and the writers. I mean, look how hard it is for me to do a review, for God's sake. Anyway, uh,
Pretty good.
I digress, and I do that a lot. I mean, shit. Anyway, so like I said, we're going to cut this short. He's got things he needs to do. I've got a party to go to, I think, is what you told me. Yeah.
Yeah,
And you got the little rugrats running around too, so we got to keep
yeah.
an eye on them. So anyway, like I said, we're going to cut this short. I am the HOFG.
I'm Real Route 6
There you go.
Comics.
Do it that way. That way I'll be like a scarecrow. And we are the BLCc. We want to shout out to Geo, who we will get on this channel. We are trying to work something out for him to record something, and we'll go back and forth. Uh, Again, Chuck, anytime you're ready to come on, my man, come on. I so guys, have a good one. Enjoy your day. Beautiful sunny day here in Reno.
Yes, sir.
It's been nice. It's been nice. So for the both of us and for the other 2 missing members, thank you for joining us here, and enjoy your comics, everybody. All right. Peace. Love you guys. Bye bye.